Hey, I'm Todd. I'm going to be your Uber driver. What's your destination?
2054 Kemple Lane.
No. Your eternal destination. The liberals, they brought in Pelagianism. It's the old Sabellian heresy, denying the Trinitarian Godhead. 3 persons, 1 God say that it's actually just 1 God. Please, somebody! Stop it!
I'm whatever RC is.
That was the mic drop right there.
Bob Godfrey just got baptized. Let me say it before Bob does.
Wouldn't you know the Baptists would drop it in the water? Yeah.
There, you're in.
He's been converted to sprinkling.
That's all you need. Just a little dip will do you.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Are we all equally sinful?
You mean just the panel, or...
Start with us. I mean, if you want to do me first, I'll volunteer.
Dr. Sproul, is reading my Bible once or twice a week enough?
No.
Anything else you'd like to say about personal Bible study?
You made a kind of throwaway comment I want to follow up on about getting yourself out of the text. I think that's one of the big problems in popular preaching today, that pastors seem to do the opposite. They look for ways to put themselves in the text as if that's a way of contextualizing or something like that. My friend Chris Roseborough calls it Narcigesis. Narcissistic eisegesis. And that's it.
To a certain vocational calling. Some of those would be preachers, but there's also vocational calling as well to an area of service as unto the Lord. So I don't know if I totally understand the question completely, but it's a great answer.
Because somehow we think that we're innocent, and our environment just somehow made us go all wrong. Nothing could be further from the truth. People who don't believe in original sin don't have children. Amen, somebody. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. That's not a little angel. That's a viper in a diaper.
It should be noted that Book 1 of the Institutes.
When Calvin gets to Institutes, Book 2, Chapter 6.
Obviously, far and away, number 1 is Calvin's Institutes.
No, read the preface, the introduction, the dedicatory letter to the Institutes. You're going to be drawn in.
Top of the list, I think, is the Institutes of the Christian Religion. As far as I can see from reading from the early institutes through the later institutes.
Obviously, like Calvin, the Institutes, but of course the Institutes are tremendous.
Cite Calvin again from Book 3 this time.
To make reference to the 4th book of the Institutes.
And since he cited Book 4, I have to agree. That's how you get consensus. You cite Calvin in Latin. That's right. And those of us who don't know Latin go, yeah.
You see, these chaps have now quoted books 1, 2, 3, 4 from Calvin. And he didn't write in a 5th one. So I'm just going to have to go back to quoting the Bible. I mean,
You know, I got to tell you this, Peter. I was on a train once, and you know, in the dining room, a dining car in these trains, they seat you with perfect strangers, and I was seated next to this elderly woman, and across from me and from this woman was this younger 20-something-year-old girl who was so excited and enthusiastic because she had just spent a year at a New Age camp. And she was explaining to the woman next to me how what she discovered in this training was that she was God. And she was all excited about this discovery. And I'm just behaving myself, eating my lunch. I don't say a thing. I'm listening to this. I can't believe it. And this elderly lady is trying to be nice and polite and shake her head to this girl. And so this young woman kept looking at me to see if she was going to get a reaction from me. I didn't say a thing. And she finally couldn't stand it anymore. And she says, "What do you think?" And I said, I'm just sitting here in utter amazement. This is the first time in my life, apart from the Lord's table, that I've been able to sit across the table from God himself. Or in this case, herself. And then I looked her in the eye and I smiled and I said, "You really don't believe that you're God, do you?" And I did. And she looked at me and she said, "Well, no." A year of indoctrination down out the window. Yeah.
How should understanding the history of the world, both biblical and secular, shape our reaction to modern events and future events?
That's a great question, and I'm sure Steve would have a great answer.
You're correct.
You can preach through a lot of books and never get to baptism. And we all need, some of us more than others, to be instructed on baptism. I apologize. I couldn't resist.
I have you know, I've been told by a reputable Presbyterian pastor that I am a deep water Presbyterian.
That's good.
The angry cry happens early. The demanding cry happens early. The stiffening up of the body, that happens early. You're so cute. Oh, that ain't cute. One of the reasons God makes them so small is so that they won't kill you. One of the reasons he makes them so cute is so that you won't kill them.
What's after Mark?
What's after Mark?
I don't know. Do you have any good suggestions, Rick? Come on. Some lady said to me, dear lady, she kind of walked up to me, an older lady, she said, "Pastor, when you're done with the New Testament, are you going to do the whole Old Testament?" I said, "You will never know, ma'am."
How have you, gentlemen, gotten past the various issues with others or each other, such that you're majoring on the majors and minoring on the minors?
Well, I'm still friends with people who baptize microphones, for example.
What would make a Calvinistic evangelist even get up in the morning when he knows that nothing he does will affect the outcome of his work?
Guaranteed success.
But I find when I talk to a Baptist about baptism or talk to a Lutheran about the Lord's Supper, I am so much more stimulated to think profoundly about those things. It's very helpful. And then I come away rejoicing that I'm not a Baptist.
Let's end there. Thank you, gentlemen.